Good evening. Welcome to this week's Tech Talk Tuesday. So, for those of us who haven't met, my name is LaWanda Engel, and I'm the owner to this of the Facebook group, and also I'm a web developer. And I help female business owners to create done-for-you websites, WordPress websites that attract their ideal clients and generate more leads without having to deal with the tech. So tonight, I'm going to share with you 5 ways female business owners can drive traffic to their website. So I had a lot of um, interest in that topic. So I'm going to share with you 5 of those ways. So before we get started, just real quick, if you're watching the replay, comment #replay. You can still post your questions and go ahead and post your questions on the live if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them at the end of the training. Okay, so the first tip, the first step, a way that you can so you've got this website. So let's start there. You've got your website, you've created it, it's ready, you've launched it, but you got crickets and you're not sure how do you share it? Where do you know, get people how do you get people to recognize your website, to come to your website? Well, here are the first step is social media marketing. So one of the most effective ways is to drive traffic to your website is through social media marketing. And you can use platforms like Facebook, which we're on right now, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn to promote your website and its content. So you can share your links so if you have a blog on your website, you can share links to your blogs. And so you can, you can share it even on your personal page. Say you have a personal page. If you have a Facebook group, you can get people to, oh, are you looking for, say you have tips on how to post on how to create a post on social media. Check out this training or a PDF I created. Have it linked to your website, and then guide them, direct them to your website to get that freebie, to get that training, connect it to your website. Or if it's a blog post, have them go there to get that training, and so that's going to get more eyes on your website. You can share your products page. So, say maybe you're having a promotion for a certain product on your page, you know, do that, share that products page on your social media, on your personal page, your business page, in Facebook groups where they have promo posts, and your homepage. So make sure you've got eye-catching graphics. You include call to actions that encourage followers to take that next step to visit your website. So there's a reason, they have a purpose to do when they come to your website. So the next one is SEO, which is search engine optimization. And that so SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, is the process of optimizing your website's content to rank higher in search engine results. So it's going to get you on that top of the page, the first page. So they're looking up a virtual assistant. You're going to come up first. Your website's going to come up first. Or they're looking for a social media manager. You're going to come up first. You're going to be that top ranking. So by optimizing your website for keywords and phrases that are relevant to your business, you can increase your chances of ranking higher in search results. So which leads to more traffic to your website. So make sure you conduct thorough keyword research and use those keywords in your website's meta tags, your headers, and your content. And so that's a lot of those are the back end things as far as the headers and also the content you create, which refers to like your website copy or your blogs that you create. Meta tags are like the tags that on your website. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, content marketing. So, so you want to create valuable and informative content, which is another effective way of driving traffic to your website. So by publishing blog posts, um, ebooks or whatever type of content that you create, you're going to attract those visitors who are interested in your, whatever topic that you cover. So you're a coach, a health coach or things. You've got blog posts. You're going to encourage people to come to your website and to reach out for that content that you're sharing that you have. So I just want to check to make sure that it's, if you can hear me, you've joined, comment hello, and just let me know that you're watching and you can see see me on the live, just to make sure that it's working. Had a small glitch there. So I just want to make sure that it's going through. So I'm going to pause for a moment and check um, real quick before I keep going and make sure that it's going through live. Okay, it is. Okay. So I just shared, so content marketing. Let me go over that one. So so another way to drive traffic to your website is content marketing. So if you create, valuable and informative content, so that refers to like your blog posts that you've created. You've got this great blog post that you've created. You want people to see it. So share it. We go back to that first one we shared, social media marketing. So you want to share the link to that blog post, which is going to direct people to your website. Share the link to this. It could be a video. Maybe you've got a video training. Add it onto your website, have a section of your trainings on your website, and you can direct people to those trainings, to those blog posts that you've created, the content that you share on your website. Share those links to direct them to it, and that's going to bring in more traffic to your website. The next one, email marketing. So email marketing is an excellent way to drive traffic to your website. So by sending regular newsletters, and promotional emails to your subscribers, you can keep them engaged and informed about your business. And so, in your emails, you can include links from your websites. Um, Use intention grabbing subject lines to encourage your subscribers to open and read your messages. So once again, you can share your blog posts, share a link. You can, you create this email about, oh, if you're looking for ways, about how to create content, well, check out, you can share a little bit, but then you can say, well, I did this wonderful training, just about this subject. So you can click the link below, which is going to take them to your website to see that training or to read it or to read the blog post. And so that's another way of, once again, guiding them to your website to get that training. And so the next one, influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is relatively new in its form of marketing. So um, so you can, I guess, not just influencer marketing, but like co-mingling. So getting together with other similar creators with that are, in the same realm as you, and creating, content. You can do like a one-on-one interview type trainings, sharing information with you, or interview someone that's maybe did your services, or they have a particular service that kind of goes together with the service that you have. Say, for instance, like I'm a web developer, and I could like maybe do like a training with like a copywriter or someone or something like that, and we can do a training together. Or like an Instagram um, manager, someone that does Instagram, which I did do a training on that. And so I had someone come in and they did a training on how to create content on Instagram. And so those are kind of things, branching out and, coming together with other entrepreneurs and influencers. And that's another way and you can add that to your website and advertising your website along with those trainings. That's another way to get people to come to your website, until that collaboration and promoting it on your website and their offerings, and then vice versa, they can do that for you. And so those are just some of the ways, 5 ways that you can start, getting your website out there, um, getting it known, getting that traffic to your website. And so another way that you can also to make sure that your website's set up and ready to go for that traffic that you need to your website is having a website audit performed, which is a full analysis of your website. And so it goes over all these factors that affect your website's visibility in search engines. And so it's a review of your website to improve it and to help your to perform better. And so I am offering website audits right now. And so you can, so if you would like me to review your website, so it can a complete review, like I'll go in, I have a checklist that I follow, and then I also do a video recording of it as I go through it, which once done, I'll provide it with you, the checklist and the video recording of the audit of your website. And so it's just another way to get those eyes on it to get so you can get that better traffic flowing to your website and seeing how we can get you on those search engine getting that traffic to your website. So if you're interested, I will post the link in the comments and you can book that website audit with me. Um, so if you have questions, let me just double check. Um, if you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll answer them. Once again, if you're watching the replay, um, comment hashtag replay. Um, Comment hashtag replay. Just let me double check again. Um, and so, yeah. And so, like I said, if you have any questions about the website audit, please DM me. You can message me. It is $97 for the audit. But like I said, it's an in depth review of your website that I'll go through. And I have a checklist that you'll be provided and a recording and I'll show you as I go through the process of auditing your website of what, just giving you ideas to make it even better to get that, better traffic to your website. And so thank you for joining me this week. And I will see you next week for next week's Tech Talk Tuesday.